Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So Wednesday podcast. So this is your...
We haven't done that in a while.
Holy shit.
Not press record talking on our podcast.
It's your roundup. Well, I've got a few topics for you, and you can decide. I'll tell you which ones. Tori Spelling, I guess, has a book coming out, and now she's revealing...
Sorry, isn't it also a podcast? Does she have a new podcast? And her cover art is her naked?
I thought it was a memoir, but you're probably right.
You can't be a celebrity these days if you do not have a podcast. I'm sorry. It's like...
That's so true.
I wonder what the next thing... It's like maybe everyone will be on OnlyFans after this. Like, you know, it was only the few that had a podcast. Now it's everybody has a podcast. I mean, I guess all their managers are like, you're going to need a podcast.
Yeah, I would love to.
But I love her cover art is her naked.
She's just got some weird shit going on with her and Dean McDermott. Like
what?
Weird shit. Well, they used to have a pig that slept in the bed with them.
Yes, I remember that.
And it peed in the bed while they were in the bed. He's like, get the fucking pig out of here.
We did a podcast and we actually put a picture of the pig on there.
Yeah, okay, so the pig was a weird one. That's coming back up again, okay? That she and the pig and the multiple dogs, and she just likes a lot of animals in her room.
Is she still married to Dean McDermott?
Oh, fuck no. They're divorced, and now she's telling everything about their relationship. However,
because she needs to make money because she has 17 kids, right?
A lot of kids with him, and I don't think he works. But there was another headlines like
oh yeah, wasn't he homeless? We talked about that.
But before their last fight, I have to find it. She threw like a baked potato at him.
You can't even just say that. You can't just say she threw a baked potato at him. I did not think you were going to say that.
It was the final straw when I threw a baked potato at him. That was our last fight. I threw a baked potato, and I
know that kind of feeling. Like sometimes I want to throw a baked potato at my kids.
Oh,
like I'm just like I'm so done.
I'm
so done with you now. I could throw a freaking baked potato, and you know when you throw that baked potato, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
And you know it's so interesting because right now, like, there's this hot topic about
baked potatoes.
No, sleeping in different bedrooms, like sleep divorce. And some people say it saves your marriage. She said that they split bedrooms for 3 years and then got divorced. So I don't know the answer of this.
I think everyone has their own, like everything, like there's no one way.
To them. Because I think it's what it means. Some people, it means something if you sleep in different bedrooms. Like it's a representation of your marriage.
Yes.
Where other people, it's like, I need my sleep. You need your sleep. Get the fuck out of bed.
I also just love the luxury of another bedroom just sitting around in a house that you could go sleep in.
I mean, a lot of people sleep with their kids. Chloe's taking over my bed because she's sick. I feel like my husband's like, I'll go to my room, which is Chloe's
I
room.
could sleep in my kid's bed, but it's a single, so it'd be a little cozy.
I don't know how much I'd see my husband if he didn't sleep in my bed. I don't know. Like, because at nighttime, I go to bed.
Yeah.
I don't stay up.
I know.
I hang out in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So I think that if we had different bedrooms, I'd probably not see him. I'd be like, see ya.
Yeah.
You need to start hanging out in your bedroom.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm the original hanger out in the bedroom.
Like, come on out.
No.
He's not going to do that.
No, I don't like, I like him sitting up and productive. You know what I mean? Like, if he's getting lazy in bed with me and we've got two people like that our kids are going to be like, there's something wrong with our parents. Yeah, but it's nighttime.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
It's the only time people actually have in their life. You know, a lot of people get home from work and the evenings are theirs. And if you just go to bed, you don't have a life.
At 10 o'clock, evening's mine. It's like, I'm in bed at 10:30 these days, 10:30, quarter to 11.
That's reasonable.
You know what I'm saying? But I haven't hung out. I get to hang out maybe in my bed for 30 minutes before I pass out.
Yeah. I remember when we first, like when we had babies, and I remember being like the babies all day long. And then I'd go to bed and I was like, I have nothing.
I used to hang out at 7 o'clock at night. When they went to bed at 7, I would not go to bed.
No, of course not. But I mean, when they were babies and they weren't like gone at 7 o'clock, I remember I was thinking yesterday that I would wake up my baby to put my baby to sleep because it'd be like asleep in my arms. I'd be like, now it's time for you to go to bed. And then they would go in their bed and they'd just fucking cry.
Sleeping babies, like newborn, it's the worst feeling because you feel always pressure to go to sleep, and if you can't sleep, you're like, I'm not getting any sleep, and you feel panicked. I felt panicked all the time, just like I'm gonna be tired. But if you're tired, you're fucking tired. Like, no big deal. Everyone needs to get over.
There's not more tired. It's just like tired. It's not like the most tired.
It's not like the most.
Like, it's like I'm tired. I'm not like I can't be more tired. I'm already tired.
No, I'm more tired when I'm hungover.
Yeah.
She goes, Tori Spelling recounts the explosive fight with Dean McDermott that led to their split. Speaking on the second episode of her Misspelling You're Right podcast that dropped Monday, April 8th, the actress recounted a June 2023 argument that caused McDermott to post an announcement on Instagram that the pair had split. It was a continuation of a story Spelling had started on her podcast debut episode. As she explained there, she and McDermott had spent the day on a shoot with her co-star Jenny Garth, but when she got home, they began bickering, and while trading insults, he threw a dig she couldn't get over. And she threw a baked potato.
What was the dig? And what could she not get over? She must have a thick skin by now.
I mean, also he cheated on her, had so many problems. He was there was no, the two of them were a disaster. That ex-wife really dodged a bullet.
She sure did. But what happens when Mrs. Spelling dies with all that money? Does it finally go to the two kids?
I don't think so.
Where would it go?
She's probably going to donate to charity. I mean, she hasn't given to them now. Tori can barely hang on. I feel like maybe she's getting more money. Money's weird. That whole thing with money. I'm trying to see. They won't say what she said. They won't say what she said. By the way,
we haven't talked.
Oh wait,
yet.
Sorry. She was so mad.
Mm-hmm.
She
smashed
a loaded baked potato. Loaded. She'd been making on the kitchen floor, not even at him, in anger.
Roar! Guys, doesn't that shit happen every day in everyone's house?
This guttural stream came out of me. It was beast-like. And I threw that loaded potato. From there, she went and locked herself in their home's primary bedroom where she slept for 3 years.
No,
they'd been there for 3 years. But a fired up McDermott started banging on the door.
Where were the children?
She had locked before entering the bedroom through an outdoor entrance Spelling had failed to secure. He came around the side because I hadn't thought about it and I hadn't locked those doors. So he came and he was very, very upset.
Yeah.
And he said, I want a divorce. This is over. And I said, okay, great. According to Spelling, he had threatened divorce 1 million times before then. However, this time
he meant it.
They shared a statement on Instagram. And after their fight, seeing that couple had decided to go their separate ways. It was with great sadness. Spelling didn't see the post until her 15-year-old daughter Stella spotted it. My daughter found it at first and said, Mom, Dad just posted on social media that you guys that's healthy. I'm not judging, but holy fuck.
Well, I think he was always a piece of work.
And she felt free. She felt free, she could move on, and he's gone.
And now she's starting a podcast,
and
guys.
I feel like they also lied for a long time about them not being together.
Yeah, because they were doing family photos and he wasn't in. Everyone's like, where is he?
Yeah, and I think that
and now he's got a new girlfriend, right? Who takes him to go get welfare money.
Who knows where they are with that? But yeah, she really did take a big bite of that baked potato with him, and he was around for a long time.
Can we discuss? We have not discussed yet on here the fact that Kristen Cavallari is saying that she is absolutely really considering having a baby and with Montana, and I'm like her co-host is like, that would be the most beautiful baby. And she's like, I know, I just might have to do it. She's talking as if we were joking about something.
Right.
But she's being real about it. So, because she's like, I have to be honest with the fact that he's going to want a kid. And she's like, my kids are older, so I think they could help out.
Yes, I did see that. I did see that too. I mean, good for her. Really good for her. Go crazy. Have another baby. You can take care of it. You have enough money to afford it.
But she's going to be attached to this guy forever.
I mean, she's attached to another guy forever too.
I guess.
I feel like at some point, correct me if I'm wrong. If she was a dude, it'd be no big deal.
Considering having...
if she was a dude and she was like, I'm going to... Al Pacino, is that his name? One of the
That
owls?
was a big deal.
He had an 8. Yeah, but it's done now. He has a baby. He's 90 or something.
And he doesn't have to do shit. Well, I guess Kristen will just have to be the one who takes care of it. Maybe, because she said maybe he's the one.
Oh, well, you know what? Here's the thing.
I wonder if they're going to move in together. And I just wonder, I really just wonder how all those boys are making a living in Nashville.
They should probably move in together before they have a baby together because, watch him sit on the toilet and then decide if it's still all love and...
I have to say...
love and happiness.
There is a part... His shit probably smells like...
horses.
No.
Manure.
No.
Farm.
No.
Farm.
No.
Farm. He's a farm boy.
Fresh flowers.
Baked potatoes.
Baked potatoes. That thinks that because she's so open with all of it and it's such a conversation that sometimes I think that she pushes it kind of in either she's not thinking too much about it or it's everything gets clipped is so juicy.
Of course. She's smart.
So like, I'm not really sure that she's really considering all these things, or she's just kind of talking about it. And she's like, honey, she probably is their manager.
Well, you would have okay.
No, she's probably their manager.
Probably. That's what I said. I said, get a network, take them.
No, not get. I bet she already is.
Probably.
And she's like, just go along with this and I'll make you famous.
Get a fucking piece of the puzzle. Oh, you don't think it's a real relationship? I like this conspiracy
theory. Serious as, I know, obviously he's like a hottie and they're attracted to each other. But is she really considering long-term he's the one and they're going to have a baby together? I feel like she's too old and mature to fall for that.
I don't think maturity has anything to do with it.
You think then maybe you could just meet a young guy and be like,
I can't ever.
I'm head over heels.
I can't physically.
Okay, let's not even say a young guy. Let's say another guy. And then you could just, in your experience of being a mom, of being a woman, of watching love and breakup, that you could actually think that you could just fall like that in like less than a year with someone be like.
I think what was taken out of context was, I think that she's saying, I realistically, if I'm going to go further with this guy, I have to think, like, if I'm going to actually go all in with you, I have to consider whether I'd have a baby with you. Like any of us do, like most women do when they meet a guy. Could I have a baby with you? Unless you're just looking for like a cheap thrill. Then you don't really think about it. But if you have to sit down, and I think every woman enters a relationship considering, hold on, I'm a tree. Could I have a baby with this guy? I feel like she has to realistically think for both of them, could I do this? Because if I can't and you want kids, it's just fun and games. It's a very different relationship. She could
just have fun with him for another 5 years. He's only 24.
But I think she's in love with him.
Yeah.
So now she has to go down all the mature steps, because you could just string him along and be like, this is fun, this is fun. But she's like, it's very serious, very fast.
I know. And his friends are so young and fun. And
it doesn't mean they're going to have a baby together. It just means, can I fall more into you? Like, are we going to end this? I feel like at a certain age, you can love someone. I feel like when you get to, and you've had children, and you've been through a marriage, and you've been through relationships, I feel like you can look at love differently, and you can be so head over heels. You can steer it differently than a way a 24-year-old can steer the ship. And you have a different outlook at a relationship, being like, she probably could make it work in a different way than if they were both 24. She can probably be like, okay, let's get, because if they were both 24, she'd just be pregnant.
And there's also no icks about him because he's looks so good. I wonder if, like,
I mean, I'm not sure if for me personally, I'm not judging you because my job is the same. Like mouthing TikToks as my job, as my husband's or my baby daddy's job. Maybe he has a big future plan.
Maybe.
But also just, I don't know. I think you go all in, and if you get heartbroken, you get back.
I wonder when they break up, if the next person she dates will be young again, or like, maybe she'll be like, oh, young guys are great. Or she'll be like, that was fun. Okay, now I'm going to go find someone more mature. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that
and will the baby be in tow?
We get to dog ages. Like we get to dog years when we get older, where it feels, because also teenagers kick your ass and hand them to you on a platter. And I mean that in a way.
How old are her eldest?
I think 10 or 11.
Okay.
So not quite there yet, but I feel like teenagers age you to a rate of something you can't even really, because his brain's technically not even developed yet. So when you have a teenager and a 24-year-old, I think you might see more similarities than you think. Well, I would anyways with my son, like just the way they walk around, the conversation. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
I know.
So I
even feel like sometimes when I hear like people in their early 20s talk, and they talk with, and our teenagers do it too. They talk with such confidence that what they're saying like makes so much sense, and it's right. And really, you're just like, oh.
And we need those people because they have the energy to change the world.
But I remember thinking that. No, but when things are not like they think
1,000%.
And then I remember being like, the way I think is the way that it is.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. And then some people like in their early 20s, which would be him, still kind of talk like that, you know? And she would have to just like, I have only heard him talk a little bit, but she'd have to sort of like just look aside that and be like,
or she just thinks that way. But it's funny because now you'll see all these articles served about them, and when she got married, I want to say she was his age. And she said, I was just a baby. I was just a baby when she had her first, she had her first baby. She's like, I was just a baby. So it's interesting now that she's dating.
We need her on the podcast so we can ask her these questions.
I think that also I think when you are so under scrutiny, you have to give zero fucks, and you have to keep telling yourself you give zero fucks, because if you begin to think about it, you'll begin to, there really is nothing wrong with dating someone younger. There's nothing wrong, especially when men do it. It's just different when a man...
Not especially when men do it. Also when
men do it, because when men do it, if it's a younger woman, she might want kids, and they're like, okay, you're like, sometimes the child rearing lands on them and like the woman anyway. So she has to sort of be like, okay, in reality, I could be doing this solo, and you could have, if you're okay with it, fuck it, then go for it.
Yeah. And she's like, it would be basically so good looking. She feels like she should.
Because if Al Pacino had to carry the baby and then take care of the baby, there's no fucking way he's having a baby. You know what I mean? He had the baby because he knew someone was going to take care of the baby.
Yeah. And she had the baby because she knew that she could have a baby that was taken care of.
So there's a huge controversy online right now. And if you haven't seen it, I won't name the kid or the mom, because I feel like it's about, there's a mom on TikTok that has like 18, 17 million followers, but her whole account is on her daughter. Her daughter is the age of maybe 5. The daughter basically just puts on outfits, poses, eats things, does videos. And a lot of people are like, this is like, save her from this mom who's exploiting her daughter. And
what does the mom say?
I think she just defends it. I think she just ignores it. But she also, it's all men who comment, like, there's our baby Ren, like, where's Ren? Like, just, oh, I just said the name.
I think that's okay. It's a public account.
Yeah, no, it's a very public account. But when you see who's commenting, it's disturbing. I saw another person talking about this, about like, where's the line of children making money? Like, there's one account, we've had her on our podcast for The Common Parent, and she really talks about, it's called Mom Uncharted, and she really talks about kids being exploited online by influencers, and where's the line of parents making money off their kids. And so she thinks basically her line is, if you are your whole income is on your children, you should not, this no different than being a child star with like Disney. And this little girl has no really autonomy, and her whole life is online. So
do you think that the moms, like the moms that use their kids for the majority of their content, I mean, I know they must sit back and consider.
I think
they must justify.
Well, a lot of them are really young, and I think they grew up that way. Like, they grew up online, so there's not. It doesn't. It's hard in retrospect to understand what the dangers might be.
They also might like justify it by saying, I'm putting half of the money to like take care of our lives, and we get to have a nice life.
It's the only way we can do it.
And then the other half I'm putting towards your future, because there might be people that are also, doing that. I was watching, is it Honey Boo Boo or whatever?
Oh yeah.
And how I don't know if I never watched the show. I mean, I saw episodes, but just like how the daughter is so mad because the mom spent all the money.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was all that content, but now she's publicly shaming her. But does her mom really care? She doesn't seem to care when she's yelling at her.
I think
she's like, I needed to have this life for you.
Well, it's like right down to Ruby +8, like the one who's in jail now, and she fell into a cult, but she exposed her children constantly and abused them. And
I watched this thing come up on like TikTok. Yeah. And it was the police. I always find this crazy that the police cams where people getting arrested and stuff can be public.
I know.
I find that so weird.
Did you see her get arrested?
I saw them when they went into her house and basically made her stand outside, and they all like went through her house, and there was one girl inside, and just go through the whole thing. And she just like, this is Ruby, this is Ruby's business partner, who basically, I guess, taught her the cult or whatever.
She was the cult leader.
She seemed, because the cops stood out there with her. I think I fast forwarded a bunch, but I was like, I thought something big was going to happen. So I watched it. I think it was like 45 minutes. of her, just the cops standing with her, making sure she didn't go anywhere. Different cops coming in, finding the girl, searching the house. There's a safe in the house that she'd put in there. And like, we need to get in the safe. She goes, I don't remember what the code is. I put it in so long ago. She has a huge house. I know it's like Utah or whatever.
Utah, yeah.
Then she has a part of her house. She has an older couple that's using her Airbnb, and they're coming in. She's like, those are my Airbnb guests.
No.
She's on the phone with her lawyer. You can hear her lawyer on speaker.
Her name's Ruby Frankie, in case you guys didn't know.
The one that's the mother. But this one, Cat, she seemed like anyone we know.
I know. And they used to hold the kids underwater, like for punishment. So she thought that.
There's a bunch. It's not just them, right? This is a people that fall into this.
Yeah.
What's it called?
They sold courses on how to.
So did they start the cult though, or did they join the cult?
I think it was based on like a very religious like way, and they were parenting classes. So it was cult like, and how the cult leader. I think they're like just defining it as a cult because she ended up convincing Ruby to divorce her husband, that he was evil. She convinced people that her husband was evil, the kids were evil. So she had Ruby under her total.
How did that woman come up with this idea? She's a single woman, no kids, right?
Yep.
How did she just decide to do this?
I mean, how does any cult leader decide to do this? I think she thought she was really helping people. I think it was like the Lord was telling her. I don't know what Lord they believed in. Like, I'm not sure what was the
this is bad, I know, but like, are all the YouTube videos all gone?
Probably.
Because I never watched one. I know our kids knew who she was.
They all knew who she was.
But I want to see a video. I'm sure we could find it, right? I just want to see
I've seen her. She is like, they need discipline. They need this to be good. Like her talking to the kids, like teaching them how to discipline their kids.
That was the whole channel.
Yeah, like vlogging. It was a vlog, but a lot of it was interweaved with like, this is how.
Did it feel like she was being mean? Like,
yes.
Did kids think she was a mean mom?
I mean, lots of people called and reported her as a child abuser, and they didn't do anything. They went and checked once, then they left. Like she'd been known for a while as a child abuser, and the husband's now coming out and saying things which I haven't read, but I mean
things like, she kept them from him, right?
Yeah, he was evil. Like the cult leader convinced that she was evil, but it was all online. Like, it's so fucked up. You know, online is a weird, gross place. I fell into Reddit yesterday because I was talking with someone in the industry, and she said the amount of users and advertising dollars are going to start going towards Reddit.
Did you watch the video that she sent you?
Yeah. And I talked about something else with her too about Reddit. And I was like, wow. And she said, I know. I said, I can't believe advertisers want to even be part of this.
Have no heart. Marketers have no heart. All they want to be is where people are.
Well, I died because a lot of what people said was it's a place to go hate on like influencers and on, but other people were like, it's
recipes.
Really informative and amazing and menopause and like things like that. And porn.
Because everything is there.
Yeah. Porn, and everyone's anonymous. So no one knows who anyone is. The whole thing is based on anonymity, whatever that word is.
Perfect.
So and there's so much abuse and so much negativity and so much it's not, there's no
what's the word? There's no
doesn't seem like there's any algorithm.
But there's also no censor.
Nothing.
Nothing censored.
There's racism. I haven't misogyny. Like literally, you can find anything. Subreddits. I was trying to learn it, and she's like, "Yeah, it's going to be a place where and the amount of users are going up because it just went public. Mm-hmm. So it was private, and now it went public, and it's for a lot of people who hate social media. So it's a whole new audience." And I thought to myself, that's kind of a kicker that all of these people who hate on people on social media and social media are just about to become another platform for social media. I was kind of laughing. I was like,
yeah, tricked ya.
That's kind of, so you can, now you're going to be getting the ads.
Where are you going to go now?
It's so
Just turn your fucking phone off, but you can't because you want to hate on shit.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if there was a hate for like Cosmopolitan or like TV. Do they hate TV because there's commercials? So I was just laughing because I was like, just think of influencers as paid actors. In a way, for some of the things. Just think of them as they have their own channels. Like it's like you just subscribe to Netflix, to Prime, to Disney. You subscribe to Free, to Cat Nat, and you have to hear an ad once in a while. That's it. It's no hate. We built a channel.
And if you don't like it, then don't subscribe to it.
But that's how they live.
I know.
And so one person's like, I actually go to Reddit to read them hate. It's like gossip. Mm-hmm. It's really a trashy magazine. online that they get to go and rip people apart. And I was like, wow.
Well, I have to tell you, somebody made a joke yesterday.
Oh, like in your house that you know or online?
Not online. And it was, I know it was a joke, but you know, sometimes you hear something and after you just kind of think about it. And the joke kind of was, this person used to follow you, but it was too annoying, so she doesn't anymore. But it was a joke. And she was like, I never said that, and I do follow you. But it was just kind of a joke, right? Because he was kind of like, wanted me to know that she was a follower, but wanted to sort of like just have a little joke about it. And so I was like, okay. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, there are people sometimes that you come across that you follow on social media.
Yeah.
And if they give you that feeling that you don't like their content, or you don't like the way it makes you feel, or it bugs you, or it bothers you, instead of, because I know what it feels like sometimes, and this is what happens on Reddit, is when something irks you and bothers you, you almost just want to follow it to like see, hate on it. And also, when are they going to fuck up? When are they going to say that? When are they going to be canceled? When are they going to be done? When are they going to retire? When are they no longer going to do it anymore? You know, are they still there? And then you haven't seen someone, your algorithm, for a long time, and you're like, oh, do they still create content?
Right.
I went and I found something I got to update you on. And if you don't know, but I don't know, I know why. I always check these 3 channels on YouTube. And then you think to yourself, like, just if you don't like it and it doesn't make you feel good, you really need to unfollow it, because what it's going to like create inside of you is going to make you like, listen, we have enough negativity in the world. If something doesn't bring you joy, don't follow it. I'm telling you right now, if you're coming across those little stories and you're like, this fucking person,
they're on a fucking beach again. Fuck you.
It's me.
You're on a fucking beach again. Fuck you. Literally makes me angry. I love them, but your life makes me angry. You know what? I'm not happy for you. I'm not happy. How do you do this? Can you just tell us something? Can you tell us you have a massive line of credit? How are you never tired? How do you always have the perfect outfit? How do you do this?
I know. But you know, I was just trying to think of someone that
I'd have no hate for them.
You know, you could take it, but it's
I just look at them and I'm like this.
How is it possible? And it's also aspirational. It's like, you know,
I feel no. I feel like this. I feel like
it looks exhausting,
but I'm also like, I wish I could just try that for a minute and see what that.
I don't think that we'd be able to keep up.
I'm like, I would love to just
feel like I just want to go to my bed. I don't want to put on another cute outfit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to that place. I don't want to go on that plane. I don't want to do that thing.
Oh my God, I see. Is it? But do we have a podcast at 11?
Yes. What time is it?
At 10, 20, 10. Okay.
Oh, right now. But I just want to say one thing is, I was just thinking about someone, a couple of people that actually bother me online.
Oh.
But I don't want to unfollow.
Because you love watching them?
Because I respect what they do.
I love that. That's okay.
You know what I mean, though?
Totally. That's real life,
some people might think that about us, like in our like circle.
Oh my!
I don't like their content, but I respect them and I want to support them, so I'm going to continue to follow them.
I would say I would be annoyed by me. I think we're hilarious, but I would imagine I was like, oh, you too.
Yeah.
You two again.
That's what I was thinking.
You fucking
like,
two.
Fucking Cat Nat deep.
You fucking two. 5 million stories about nothing. You fucking two. Why are you here?
And at the same time, there are people who live for those stories.
Oh, God.
So you know,
it's like, does everyone want to go to Canada's Wonderland? No.
But is it popular?
Yes.